Well, it's a warm Monday afternoon. I think my car thermometer said 91. We're over here at Bruce and Joyce Papps on Memory Lane, a street I've never been Memory Lane, and I've never been on the street before. Right across from Cumberland. It's in the kind of the Weirs area.
Right.
How long have you lived here?
3 years. It'll be 3 years this month.
Yeah, 3 years in August, right?
Yes.
And you used to live in the H's?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
For 40 years.
40 years. So you raised your family kind of there.
Yes, we did. We liked it there, and kind of hated to move away, but
We wouldn't have moved out of Gilford if we could have found a home to move into.
a
you know?
one-level home. But
Yep.
But
so hard to find.
Well, this is beautiful. It's so open.
Yeah, we love it. It's
we
great
sold
for
our
me.
house faster than we thought we were going to, so we needed to scramble to find a place to call home again. So our daughter Debbie is the one that found this development here.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
We love it. It can be a little noisy on weekends during the summer or during the
Motorcycle week, huh? Yeah.
But I just turn the fan up. We sleep fine. It's doable.
So I've been doing quite a bit of biking this year, and many days as I'm taking off for my bike ride in the morning. I already see Bruce in the village. So what time do you start your daily rides?
I start at 5:30, 5:45. That way there's no traffic, there's no wind, and it's cool.
How long have you been biking?
Back when you were working, the second
I
shift.
remember seeing you bike to work.
Probably
Oh, yeah.
45, 50 years, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to bike back and forth to work, right up until it got really cold. You know, the longest I biked one year was the day before Christmas. It
Wow.
was strange that we happened to have good weather at that time, and it was a decent day, so I decided to take my bike. I got that all recorded. Not many people can bike the day before Christmas.
That's for sure.
But I used to do a lot of biking with Don Carey. Don Carey and I on Bike to Work Day. He and I was in the Laconia Citizen at that time. The Citizen was in business, and so that was quite of a nice thing. My longest trip was to Springfield, Mass. To see my daughter in college.
Wow. How many miles that?
100 and something.
So how long did that take?
That took about a day and a half. And I went down. I biked with Nom
Heinz's father.
Nom Hines. Nom Hines is his dad.
Right.
Marty Hines.
Matty
Yeah.
Hines.
Marty and I. His son went to Springfield College, and my daughter went there. So we got together. We decided to surprise him, and we stayed overnight in one of the men's dorm there.
Ah.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good.
And nowadays, how many miles you bike in a day and a week?
I do about 20 miles a day. So far this year, I've got 1,400 and something.
Good for you.
I started biking the end of March, I think was there. I biked every single day in April, every day. Rain, whatever.
Had a
wind.
challenge.
It was a challenge that I had from a friend of mine, and so I biked every single day during the month of April.
Good for you.
Yeah, done that 2 years now in a row.
That's great. And how did the two of you meet?
Well,
Where did you both grow up?
we both grew up in Laconia,
Okay.
and we both went to school together. We graduated together in 1956 from Laconia High School. We went to the same church. We
South
were,
Baptist Church in Laconia.
Okay.
since we were little tots.
Yeah, so I've known her. I've known Joyce for a long time.
You
Long
could
time.
say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of your life, huh?
Right.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
And when did you get married? Well, 56. Is that what we said? 1956.
56, we graduated from high school.
school.
Okay.
And we got married. I went in the Navy and got out of the Navy in 59. And Joyce and I started to go together in
61.
1961 and married in 62.
No,
Right?
no. I think we were married in 61.
Oh, 61.
Pretty close though.
Okay, 61.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dated for about 6 months.
3 months, I think.
Oh yeah, that right. Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of
Yeah, we
fast.
dated for 3 months and we got engaged and so
Well, your father tried to tell you back in
high school.
grammar school,
Yeah, that I was going out with the wrong
high
girl.
school.
I ought to go out with that Olsen girl. He says.
See, he knew.
He remembered her name, huh?
Yeah. That was funny.
And so from South Church, how did you get to the Guildford Community Church?
Well, once we moved to Gilford, which must have been how many years ago?
66. Did we say yesterday about 1966?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
1966.
we moved back
We
in.
moved to Guildford and
There was no
We-
question in my mind where I wanted to go because my grandparents, Solvay and Ronville Olson, were members of the Guildford Community Church way back in the 20s.
Mm.
And I had gone there, on special occasions with the family, Christmas Eve or Easter, whenever the family got together. So that always had a special place in my heart. And so once we got here, got settled, we decided we'd join.
Joyce's grandfather, who was the
Industrial arts.
industrial arts instructor at the Laconia High School, was I had him for a teacher,
Mm.
and of course I knew Joyce at the time, but yeah, and not only that, but Joyce's grandparents were very instrumental in the Guildford Community Church back in the day,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, my grandfather sang in the choir,
Mm.
and he was on the diaconate. And
Judy Buswell did a
yeah, she
piece.
did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just reading it. She did a great piece on. She really found out things the family didn't know.
Huh, that's amazing.
It really, really interesting. And so it was great to be there.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think who was the minister when we got back into it. Kingsley, I remember,
Yeah,
but there
Reverend
might have been
Kingsley.
somebody
Yeah, I think it was somebody besides
before him.
before
maybe.
him, yeah.
So, and we
And I don't
3
remember.
girls we brought up at the church, and
And how are your girls? And where are they all?
they're doing well. Debbie is in Portland.
Okay.
She's married to Amy, and Debbie is a therapist in Portland, Maine. Has her own business.
Has her own business.
Mm.
And Amy is occupational therapy
Up in Augusta, Maine.
at the state hospital. And then our middle daughter, Karen,
Yep.
she and her husband, Michael Seymour, live in Laconia.
Yep.
They're close by.
And he was the mayor for a while?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
He did a good job,
Yes, a
too.
very good job.
And I wouldn't be surprised, maybe someday he might go back when he just changed jobs from Meadowbrook. He's now with Bank of New Hampshire.
Oh, good.
And
Does he still have the bushy beard? Or
yes, he does.
it must get hot in the summer.
I would think
Oh
so.
my gosh.
Yeah. And then we have Lisa,
Uh-huh.
who lives in Belmont. She has her own little apartment. And she struggles with mental illness.
Mm.
But there are times that she does very well.
Yep.
And then there are times that she struggles. But she's really amazing. She kind of grew into it. I mean, she knows, she does everything she's supposed to do. And when she needs trouble, she asks for help.
That's wonderful.
So it's,
There's such a stigma
out.
still attached to mental
I
illness. You
know.
know, if someone has cancer, everyone feels bad. And if someone has
Right.
mental illness, people either deny it or tell them just to get over it.
I know, yeah. And that's not the way it is.
Yeah.
It's hard to see her struggle when she does.
I'm
But
so proud of both of you, though,
yeah,
and for your daughter.
yeah, it's working out pretty good right now.
Right now, it
Right
is.
now, she's doing pretty good, but
Yeah.
that
She
can
knows when
change.
she's not doing well, you know, she'll go to the
Go for
mental
help.
health
That's
center
great.
and ask for help. So end up in the hospital and
Yeah.
But she deals with it, and she knows, that's what she needs, and that will help her. And she helps us understand it,
Yeah, that's great.
and so we can get through it too.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's a whole family involved in something like this.
Certainly.
It's something
It
that
takes
just
the
affects
whole
one
family.
person.
really was helpful that Debbie, our oldest daughter, was in that mental health field, and she gave us a lot of support, what we should do, and helping Lisa, and she helps Lisa a lot. When Lisa has problems, sometimes she'll call Debbie and talk with Debbie about it, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but at least Debbie can help her, you know.
Yeah, and I think the best thing is just talking about it,
Yeah.
being
Right,
honest. So many people
right.
live in denial.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And she's better. She used to keep so much inside, but she's better about getting it out and talking it over with us. And she didn't want to worry us, but
Yeah.
we feel better if we know what's going on.
Of course.
This all started in high school, and we found out.
Well, we don't want to go into too much
No,
detail.
I'm just saying in high school, and then she graduated from high school, and so she has her high school diploma, and she's really a smart girl, you know, really. But mental illness is really a struggle.
Yep, it sure is. So what have you two been doing during these past 4 or 5 months to kind of keep yourself whole and balanced?
We keep it pretty busy. The days go by quickly.
Baking.
And we bake. And
What do you like to bake?
Oh, muffins or
Pies.
pies, most anything. And Bruce does most of the work, but we make jelly together.
Oh,
A lot of jelly.
Yeah, which has
Apple
been fun.
jelly.
Strawberry rhubarb.
Strawberry rhubarb.
where do you get your vegetables?
We'll get the rhubarb from Weeks' farm, the top of Belknap Mountain Road.
Yep.
Peter Weeks, I've known him for a long, long time, and he gives the rhubarb to me, and just as long as we'll give him some jelly,
Return.
and we've given him strawberry rhubarb muffins, and right now he's in a home
Yeah.
up. I guess it's up in the northern part of New Hampshire, I think it is, and.
Yeah, he's had a tough stretch, huh?
Yeah.
He really has, yeah.
But that's where we get that, and we used to make crabapple jelly, and Ann LaCroix, a neighbor of ours, had a crabapple tree, and so we used to make crabapple jelly and strawberry rhubarb. So we make all kinds of jellies. We make cakes. We made
I have an assistant.
we just made 2 zucchini breads. And we give a lot of it away.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Well, it's wonderful that you can do that together.
Yeah, we enjoy that. And I try to get it to walk 4 or 5 times a week, at least.
Where do you walk around here? Where
Well,
do you-
it's kind of uneven
Yeah.
here, and I have rheumatoid, so it's kind of hard for me to get around. But I have walking poles. They look like ski poles, and we go up quite often to the fire station, the Lee's fire station behind.
Yep.
And there's a good parking lot there, and we walk around there.
Oh, that's great.
Sometimes we go down to Opeechee,
Mm.
but it's so much easier to run
Sure.
up there. In bad weather, we've gone to the Belknap Mall. I try to keep moving.
Yeah, well, it's so important to stay
Right.
active like that. Yeah.
And you already know what I do.
I love seeing you. Well, one day we saw you. We passed you somewhere right around the track in Guildford, and then I think an hour or 2 hours later, I think I saw you over by Hannaford's.
Yeah, probably.
Ah, it was amazing.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love
Right.
riding around Gilford still.
I try to keep on the move.
Yeah. Well, you're both mentally sharp and in
Yeah.
excellent shape.
I love
Totally.
biking.
Mm. Yeah, and I've been doing more biking than running this summer because it's so friendly on your joints.
Much better than
Yeah.
I used to be a runner. I'd run for quite a few years, and I used to get into 10Ks, and but then I had my right knee, started giving problems with that, and had to have a new knee put in. So, but back in those days I was running, and then I decided that I better switch to biking, and so at the age of 30 that's when I started biking, really, back and forth to work.
Huh.
I went in on a Sunday because I didn't want to be late for work, so I went in on a Sunday just to find out how long it was going to take me to get there.
Even
Yeah.
when he worked second shift, he would bike to work.
Yeah. Well, the bike
Midnight.
2-year-old job was a lot easier going than coming back. Because you got that that last big hill up.
Yeah.
All downhill going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I thank you so much for letting me come over. I look forward to seeing both of you back at 19 Potter Hill Road. I hope it's sooner rather than later, but we want to
We
be
do
smart.
too. We miss it.
Yeah.
We
But-
miss going to church on Sunday, that's for
I
sure.
want to thank you for all you do, and I think this interviewing is great to get to know.
Oh, it's fun for
People
me.
we
Yeah,
didn't know.
it sure is.
And we get, Michael, our son-in-law, has shown us how to put the sermon right up on the big screen.
Ah, awesome. We watch it on our big screen too.
Yeah, which
on
is
YouTube,
really
yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
Better than a little phone, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. Yeah, technology has been a real savior at this point.
oh, it has.
Yeah. Will you take care? Try to stay
Thank
cool.
Thank you
And
so much.
have a great day.
Thank you,
You
Michael.
too.
We're going to do a little encore here because we have someone that we wanted to mention that I forgot to bring up, and I was supposed to talk about Samantha.
Oh
Tell
my
me about
goodness,
Samantha.
Yes, she's doing great. She graduated from UNH.
She's
Time
a
goes by.
granddaughter.
Yeah, she's our granddaughter. And
Karen Seymour's daughter.
Karen and Michael, yep.
right. And
I remember seeing her at church.
yes, and she graduated from UNH and worked at Boston Children's Hospital for a year and a half. And then she came across this guy that she had known from Meadowbrook, and he went to UNH, and she happened to be visiting in Florida, and somehow they connected, and that was it. They started this long
Long-distance
yeah,
relationship.
long distance
yeah.
relationship, and that went on for about a year and a half. That got kind of hard, so they talked it over. Coming from here, he'd like to come back sometime. He's a great guy. We love him, don't we?
He's quite an athlete.
Yeah.
Not only that, he when he was going to college, the Olympics was on his mind in track. He was a discus thrower, and so he was looking forward to the Olympics. And prior to that, he had put his name in for a donor for blood platelets, I guess it is.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden one day in
His
college,
junior year, I think it was. Yeah.
he got a telephone call that somebody was in need of his type of blood, and
He was a match.
he was a match for this particular man, and so he decided to do it. And from there on out, he never could compete again because apparently it takes a lot of strength out of you. I don't know exactly.
What a sacrifice, huh?
But and also he was on ABC.
From that
thing.
interview.
They interviewed him for doing what he did.
And this year, he was supposed to be in that fellow's wedding, but it's got canceled because of the virus till next year. But he's going to be best man for him, so
Oh, well, that's great.
it's really, yeah. But now Samantha moved down there, and she found a job at
Ernie L.
Ernie L.
A golfer, professional golfer.
Ernie.
Oh, Ernie Els, yeah.
Yeah, his daughter had
No, his son,
it was his son,
autism.
So Ernie L. opened up a clinic for autism children
An
in
academy.
Florida.
Like,
Wow.
And so Samantha is working for him down there. and it's working out really well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ernie L's got one of the sweetest golf swings I've ever seen.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I've seen him on TV. Watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thanks for bringing us up to date with
Oh,
Samantha.
I
You
had to
must be
get,
so
had
proud.
to, we are. Had to get her in there.
Yep. Nothing like being a grandparent, huh?
Oh, I love it.
Yep. Great. Well, take care.
Thank you.